Hey guys, and welcome to this episode of the Happy Knitting Podcast. My name is Julia. I'm coming to you from the UK, and today is Sunday, the 23rd, I think, of June 2024. I'm recording on a Sunday today because my husband and son have just left for London for the entire day, which is great because it means I get lots of knitting and podcasting time. So I thought I'd take the chance to let you know what I've been working on, and I have been finishing a couple of things, the most obvious being what I'm wearing today. So this is my hand-spun lento in all its glory. It is actually done, which I am so thrilled about, because as you'll be able to tell, I've been finishing quite a few things. I was sort of annoyed with the amount of whips I had, and I really want to start some new things. So I made myself finish a couple of things, and I was feverishly working on this. By the way, I'll take this off in a second because it is very, very warm. But yeah, I was just working on this non-stop the last couple of days while watching a lot of football or soccer if you're in the US. And yeah, I probably overdid it a little bit. I just really wanted to have it done, and I was quite sick of it by the end of it. But it is done. This is the Lento by Jonna Helene. And yeah, as you can see, why am I pushing it up? You can't see it. I made long sleeves, and it's got this beautiful texture, which is a combination of my handspun, which is this marled 2-ply Shetland in 2 colors, held together with this beautiful mohair by Beehive Yarns. This is in the colorway Wisp. You can just see how fluffy that is. And it's just made the most beautiful fabric. It's going to be a winter sweater for sure. It's very, very warm, probably too warm for me to wear it at the office. But it's just so cozy with the Shetland and the mohair, and I love it. It's a little bit prickly, I will say. It's not the softest. I don't think my husband or son would wear it, but I love it, and I think the texture of it just turned out so beautifully. Like, I'm tooting my own horn, which I don't mean to do, but I'm just really, really excited about this. I think this is a really good sort of contemporary sweater. It's going to last forever. I'm really happy with it. I haven't blocked it because I finished it last night, and I knew if I were to wash it, then it would be wet now. So I'm going to wet block it, and I think it might become a little bit more drapey. But yes, I am so happy with this. Yeah, so happy to have this off the needles as well. And I'm going to have a quick outfit check, and then I'll talk to you about my other finished objects. Right, for other finished objects, I have finished 2 pairs of socks, which I'm really excited about. First up, I finished my Under the Olive Tree socks. So the yarn is from Under the Olive Tree, who is a UK dyer that I found out about at a yarn show at the beginning of this year, and I made some plain vanilla socks. This is on her sparkle base. I'm not sure if you can see. It's got like silver stellina in it, and this is the Summer Bloom colorway. And it's funny because when I picked it up, I thought it was such a Christmassy yarn, but now I agree, it's such a summery yarn. I think it goes for both. You could probably do Christmas in July with this as well. But yeah, I finished these. They're really pretty. I'm really excited about these. So all of my socks today are on 64 stitches, 2.25 millimeter needles, US size 1, plain vanilla. Essentially, I do the shadow wrap heel, which Earth Tones Girl has a great free tutorial as well as paid for sort of more step-by-step patterns for. So would recommend that. And I also finished these socks, which annoyed me a little bit more. These are out of some mystery yarn. I'm not sure if my friend Hazel dyed this yarn and gave it to me years and years and years ago. It's definitely been in stash for, I don't know, 6 years maybe, having a guess, while my neighbors walk past my window. This didn't have a label, but it's a sock yarn, and it's got a really nice base actually as well. I really enjoyed the base. Obviously my colors, and can you see the crazy pooling that's going on? It was really funny, depending on my tension. I try to keep it sort of similar, but it didn't always work out. So sometimes the pooling sort of changes directions. Can you see here? This is ridiculous. But they're done. I think they're really fun. I haven't decided if I'm keeping them or if I might keep those for a gift or a donation or something. I haven't decided. They may go in the gift pile for now, and then one day I'll either just need some socks and I'll wear them, or I'll give them to someone. I haven't decided. But yeah, they're really fun. I really enjoyed the base. Again, vanilla socks. And I'm just so happy to have these done. I've recently discovered knitting vanilla socks while on my indoor cycle. So that's what I've been doing. I've been knitting a fair amount of these either while traveling or while cycling, mostly while watching football. So I need to immediately cast on some more socks today because I need more cycling socks. And also it's really warm, so socks are the perfect project. And I think this is pair 3 or 4 or 4 or 5. I think this may be pair 4 and 5 for my summer sock camp entry. So yeah, 2 pairs of socks are done. And then lastly, I don't know why I needed to cast on something new right after recording last week. I talked to you about all my whips and then I cast on something new. But that is because you may remember I made quite a few people in my family, I made them washcloths for Christmas last year. And my mum was over a couple of weeks ago and she was telling me that she isn't using the washcloths for her face, but she's loving them as a dishcloth. I think she only has one and it's her favorite dishcloth and she has a birthday coming up. So I was like, well, if you tell this to me, of course I have to make you some more. And I still had the same yarn that I bought for used for the Christmas gifts. This is Frosty and they come in these tiny 25-gram balls. I think they also come in bigger balls, but I got a couple of these small ones. And this was actually a good way of using them up as well. So I think I only have 2 25-gram balls left and all the other ones are like smaller bits and bobs now, so I can do something with them. But so I am using stash as well. And I made her some more dishcloths. So I made a blue one, I made a salmon one, which is coming across a bit more orangey than it really is. And I made a yellow one. I basically just used the colors that I had at home. And I think she'll like them. They're very understated, but I think they'll do the job perfectly. And 3, I think, should be good for a while for her. I might do more if I feel the urge, but after 3, I sort of had enough. And this is the knitting I mostly did when we were in Kent last weekend. Again, a lot of football knitting. I essentially used the Grammys dishcloth pattern. There's a 1,000 of these like Grammys dishcloth patterns. They're basically the same way. They're free patterns. You start off casting on a couple of stitches and then you just increase every row until and then basically start decreasing to get this square shape. The only clever thing is I looked at a couple of them and I of course forgot which one I used in the end, but one had a technique where you do a tiny short row on the corners so they lay more flat, and I thought that was really clever. So if I find it again I will link it. But yeah, it's very simple, but it makes for a sort of flatter square. And then with the ends I just did some tiny loops to hang them up. And yeah, does this count as 3 more finished objects? It's definitely, again, using stash. This is old stash. This is really old stash. This is recent stash, but it is stash nonetheless. So yeah, I have a colorful pile of finished objects this week. These dishcloths I do have to wash as well. I really like this Dishcloth. I have a lot of washcloths out of it that I made for myself. And I use them all the time. And I feel like the more you wash this yarn, the nicer it turns out. So yeah, would definitely recommend it. And those are my finished objects for the week. Sorry, I had a piece of mohair fluff in my eye and it was driving me nuts. In terms of works in progress, basically the things that I've worked on are the things that I've finished and everything else I haven't really touched. So I thought I'd talk to you about some projects I am planning to cast on today. So vanilla socks. I need more vanilla socks, because, I mean, to be fair for sports watching, because there's F1 today, I can also work on the body of some of my sweaters. So I do have plain vanilla knitting to do while watching TV. But again, I need something for cycling, so I'm going to cast on some vanilla socks today for sure. And I also want to cast on vanilla socks because I will be knitting non-vanilla socks very soon, because I have signed up for the, is it called Color Popportunity? The latest Stephen West sock mystery knit along, which starts in early July, I believe. So yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about it. I just sort of on a whim decided to buy the pattern. And I will be honest, I love parts of his last sock mystery knit along, but I didn't love all of it. But all of the socks he's since published I really liked, and it just seems like a fun project to do. So I'm not 100% convinced. I'm not super hardcore into it, but I think I'm gonna do the mystery color Popportunity socks, just because it'll probably be really fun to knit, and it's a small commitment because it's just a pair of socks. So I'm not using, you know, hundreds of pounds worth of yarn. In fact, I have picked out some minis from Stash. My goal was to knit all of it from Stash, but it didn't really quite work. So I have quite a lot of minis from Black Elephant Yarns, because I just, whenever she has a sale on like end of year sale or something on minis, I always have to buy a couple. And I think I bought these when we had a death in the family earlier this year. And I just bought these, I remember buying a couple of really colorful mini skeins to cheer me up, and then I couldn't really do anything with them for a while. But yeah, this mystery knit along is coming up, so I looked at a couple of mini skein options, and I really like this combination. They don't have names, they're just from different sets. So I just sort of mixed and matched the sets that I had, but I think they're very, very pretty. I may change my mind, I have more, but these sort of jumped out at me because you need 3 mini skeins. And then I was trying to pair them with something I had in Stash, like a solid sock yarn. But the thing is, I really liked them with a navy, but the only navy I had was a sort of weird tweedy navy, and I didn't like it. So I was going to pair it with an eggplant color, but eggplant wasn't really what I wanted. I didn't really have any good grays or blacks or anything sort of neutral-ish. So in the end, I found some yarn on sale, and I'll talk to you about that very briefly. Not sponsored. This is a, I think, new-ish Yarnsmith sock yarn. So you can get this from the Wool Warehouse. And these are 100 gram, are they skeins? Are they balls? Are they cakes? I don't know. I think I got them on sale for like £5 per 100 grams, which is really good. It's a merino nylon sock yarn. Basically a very standard sort of commercial sock yarn. So I got a navy. I got a teal, which it looks nicer on screen than in person. I don't think I'm going to use this, but it is nice. And I got a heathered grey because I thought I can also use them with different mini skein projects for heels and toes. So I basically just wanted to get a couple of basics. And yeah, like I said, I don't think I will do this. It would work, but it's not really what I want. So I think I might either, I think this may, I don't know, I'm very torn. I love this. I think this is very beautiful. But equally, this is very beautiful. So do let me know, what do you think I should do? Should I have the grey combo or should I have the navy combo? I think both will work beautifully. And yeah, I'm curious about this sock yarn as well. I haven't tried it before. It is extremely soft. It does have that superwash feeling to it, but I don't mind it. So I'm curious to see how it feels, because the only sort of sock yarn I really don't like is when they're sort of too thin. But this in the bowl, it doesn't feel too sort of thin and splitty. It feels quite nice. So this could be a good sort of go-to, because I don't really at the moment have a favorite go-to sort of commercial sock yarn to use with other things. Probably my favorite would be Filcolana Aweta. But I mean, that's fine, but it's not the cheapest. So sometimes if I just want something for contrasting heels, toes, and cuffs, I may not want to buy full collana. I used to really like Lang Jawohl, but I don't really like it as much anymore. And this has a similar feeling, but I think I like it better. So I will keep you updated. I did splurge on a little bit of yarn, but it wasn't too much. And yeah. So this will be my sort of more exciting sock cast on in July, which is why right now I just want to also cast on some vanilla socks for some variety. Also, I plan to cast on the Monticello wrap, which I bought the kit for a while ago, and I've been waiting to cast that on. It's a beautiful wrap out of, is it Blue Sky Fibers? It's one of those brands that keeps popping up, and I've never used them, but I saw the kit, I fell in love, and I just ordered it straight away, and I have caked the yarn, and have made myself not cast it on, but I think today may be the day that I do that. So hopefully by the next time you see me, and have started a beautiful sort of lacy wrap. I'm really excited about it. I also have been doing some spinning. So yeah, I just wanted to have something on my wheel after my Shetland spin, which did take me a while. So I decided to spin up a braid of fiber from Hilltop Cloud. That's what they're called. And I keep buying fiber that is like tweed fiber, and I don't enjoy working with it. I need to stop. Next time you see me buying tweed fiber, tell me off, because I keep buying it, but I don't enjoy the process. But I did spin this up, and I think it turned out really beautiful. So as you can see, there's these different colors in it. There's a lot of different shades. It's a bit darker in real life. And I think it's South American wool with different colored neps. And I did a 2-ply. I got a sport white yarn. I think it's really pretty. I have no idea what I'm doing with it, but I think it would make a very pretty hat. I'm thinking about making some more hats, maybe for gifts, maybe for myself. And handspun, I think, is a really good project for a ribbed hat. So yeah, I really like it. I think it turned out well. It's really soft. It's really sort of springy and squishy. So I'm very happy with how it turned out. I briefly thought about chain plying it to keep the colors together. But in the end, I think I'm happy that I didn't. I like the barber poling, and let's see if you can see the structure a bit more. Nope, my phone is not doing it. Apologies. Just believe me when I say it's really sort of, yeah, I think springy, and I'm really happy with it. I think it turned out well. So another skein of handspun ready to be knitted up. And you guys, I think that's pretty much it. I've talked about what I've been finishing. I've talked about knitting plans. I've shown you some yarn. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So, like I said, maybe this is going into a bit of live chat. Today I have most of the day to myself, which is very exciting. Especially because my husband is taking my son out with a friend of his. So it doesn't feel like, you know, that he's just doing me a favor. But, you know, the kids really like playing together. So they're probably going to have a great day just, you know, having coffee and letting the kids do their own thing. So yes, win all around. I plan to do nothing except for knitting and Formula 1, and we'll see what happens. But it feels really good because it's been really busy, and for a long time I feel like this entire year has been really busy for us. And basically the last week or so I've really been trying to slow down, but it's hard to slow down if work is crazy and a 3-year-old is always going to be crazy, and we have like school things coming up and kids' birthdays and all of that. But I feel like we are slowly getting there, which feels really good. We went to a kid's birthday party yesterday, and for the first time, all the kids just sort of ran off and did their own thing, and us adults, and like it was friends of ours, we just got to sit and chat, and it was really nice. I was like, yeah, this is the magic moment. So very, very happy with that. Still troubled with the mice, but I think we're dealing with it. Stupid mice, I'm so sick of them. Let's not even talk about them. Don't even comment about them. I don't even know why I brought it up. Other than that, we're still trying to get some stuff around the house fixed. So hopefully we'll have a bathtub cover again soon after we had that leak, and we still need to fix walls and do all these things. But yeah, no capacity for it at the moment, especially because finally summer has arrived and it is quite warm and nice. At the moment it is about maybe up to like 23. So it's really comfortable. I don't want it to get any warmer than that because apparently I'm British now. And I don't like the wolf. I don't like the heat. I want to wear a cardigan. Yeah, that's going on. I feel like there was something else I wanted to mention, but it's just, I don't know. I don't know where my head is at the moment. So I think what I'm going to do is I will make myself a fresh cup of coffee and wind some yarn, go through my stash, and yeah, just have a knitting day. Talking about knitting days, by the way, at the end of July, I'm going for the first time, I'm going to have a couple of days by myself because my husband is taking my son to Germany for a couple of days. So I will be working, but I will also, I think, have loads and loads of time to knit. So similar to what I did at the end of last year when they went to Kent, I think I might do some sort of knitty vlogs again. So let me know what you think about that. At the moment, and this could change, but at the moment my plan is to, on my day off, go into London and maybe treat myself to some shopping at Beautiful Knitters, because it's a beautiful shop. It's in a location that is sort of reasonably okay for me to get to. The other option would be to go to like Loop London and Knit with Attitude. But yeah, I don't know. I sort of want to go back to Beautiful Knitters. And I know I could do a yarn crawl and go to all these places, but I'm also, A, I'm lazy, and B, I'm horrible with like London, like traffic and public transport. So yeah, but I think I might have a trip into London for a day and buy some yarn, do some damage, and just sort of have a trip by myself, which I'm really excited about. I've got some things planned in with friends, and obviously I'm going to be knitting all the things. So yeah, I might do some vlogs then. There's still a couple of weeks until then anyways, but yeah, just to let you know that might be coming up. All right, you guys, I've babbled on for long enough. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to be back with you with some exciting new projects soon. As per usual, do let me know what you're working on, because it's always so inspiring to me to hear what you're doing. Have a lovely rest of your Sunday. I hope wherever you are in the world that you are healthy and safe, and I will talk to you very, very soon. Happy knitting. Bye.